Hey everyone, it's Kato, and in today's video I am going to be showing you guys how to create a rock garden on your island. I know these are super popular, so I decided I was gonna do one now that my island is almost finished. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so first things first, you need to pick an area for your rock garden. So there are 6 rocks that spawn on your island, so you want an area big enough to hold all those rocks. So I have this area over here, kind of by my resident services, and I chose this area probably a week ago. I decided this was going to be where it was, so I just kind of stopped working over here. So you want to choose your area, and then I'm going to clean up my area. So I'm going to clean up really quick, and then I'll come back and talk some more. Okay, now that I have the area cleaned up, I am going to extend the cliffs a little bit. You need a 3x3 space for a rock to spawn. So I need to extend some of these cliffs just to be sure that my rocks are going to spawn over here. So I'm going to do that really quick. Okay, so I have added all the cliff. I know some of the cliff probably wasn't necessary, but I wanted to be better safe than sorry. I am a little bit worried about this rock right here. I know that I have the space, but sometimes, honestly, the game is finicky, so we'll just have to see if it's gonna work. If not, I'll just destroy them all and move them back one. But I really like this location of them right now, so I'm gonna hope for the best and we'll just see if it works. Okay, so next step is probably the most time-consuming step. Now, fortunately for me, my island is mostly full of stuff. I had a friend, Emily, came over last night and we filled some more areas with just some weeds and flowers, just so there would be less work for me today as far as placing different items. So you have a few different options here. Really, all you need to do is you need to fill every potential rock spawn with either an item, a flower, a weed, anything that you want. But there is a trick that a bunch of people use, and you can place mannequins around in different areas. So I will show you guys how to do that. Let's see. So this area right here, I'm actually going to put some pathing down directly around the rocks. But let's put a mannequin right here just so I can show you guys what I'm doing. So you want to go into your pro designs here where all of your clothes are, and you want to select a pattern that you've created. And let's say we'll just change the design so I can show you guys. So you pick any coat, shirt, whatever, any design here. I just put everything as white, and then you hit done, save it. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to display it as a mannequin, just like that. And you're going to put these mannequins anywhere that a rock could spawn. So rocks will not spawn next to cliffs, next to water, next to trees, next to any placed item, but they will spawn next to flowers and next to weeds, so keep that in mind as you're placing your mannequins. So I'm going to place some over here. And I kind of again go with the philosophy of better safe than sorry. I feel like when you're doing this, I keep hitting the wrong button. But when you're doing this, it can be very frustrating if you forget a mannequin. And I don't really like to think too much about it. I just kind of place them. So I'm not going around like counting, all the different tiles. I'm just basing it off of what I'm seeing. So I'm going to put some pathing down around this little area, and then I will continue placing some mannequins, and I will show you guys that process, and then I'll come back and talk to you about the next step. Okay, once you have your mannequins down, and I'm going to add a couple more after this next little part, but you want to break your rocks. So first things first, you need to make sure you can find all of your rocks. So I spent some time last night trying to find all 6 of them. And then you're just going to eat a fruit and break your rocks, and I'm going to do that, and then make sure you fill the spot where your rock was with a mannequin, a weed, anything you want, just so another rock will not spawn there. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will come back once it's time for the next step. Okay, so another tip for this I have, if there's a spot then you don't really want to place anything. You can place just a transparent custom pattern. So this is just one that I made. I just made a design, made the whole tile transparent, and you can put that down. I also use that to prevent my flowers and weeds from spreading. So that is just another design that you can use to block rocks from spawning. I also wanted to mention that rocks will spawn on dirt. So if you want to use this pathing trick, you're going to want to use either the brick, stone, terracotta, something like that, because it will spawn on the dirt. So that will not block them from spawning. Okay, so once you have all of your mannequins down, or whatever you're using to block the rock spawns, and you have destroyed all of your rocks, you're just going to want to save your game, and we're going to time travel to the next day. If you don't time travel, you can still do this. It's just going to take much longer because you're going to have to wait at least 6 days. And if for some reason you have missed something, your rocks aren't spawning, it's going to take even longer. So we're just going to go to the next day, and we're going to hope for the best. Alright, so here we are. It's the next day. We're gonna walk over and see if our rock spawned where we wanted it to. I'm really nervous. Let's just see. Yay! Okay, so look. Okay, you got one rock right here, and that was the spot that I was worried about. So that is very exciting. So we're just gonna repeat this process and hope that our other 5 rocks will spawn right here. So I'm gonna do that. I'll let you guys watch, and we will hope for the best. Alright, it was going so well, and then all of a sudden this rock is not spawning. I'm going to try to go forward one more day. If it doesn't spawn, I think I'm going to maybe destroy this cliff right here. I don't know if that's what's causing it, but we will see. Let's go forward one more day and just see what happens. Alright, so like I told you guys, I went forward one more day. Rock still wasn't here. So now my plan is I'm going to... I destroyed the cliff here, and then I'm going to place down another mannequin and see if for some reason that cliff was stopping it. If that's not the case, then I will have to go searching for the rock again. I don't know where else it could be, but let's just go for it a day and see what happens. Yay! Thank goodness the rock spawned. So as you guys can see, the game is super finicky about the rocks being near cliffs and houses. So this cliff right here that I used to have, it should not have impacted this rock, but for whatever reason it did. So that's one thing to think about. If you are going to do a rock garden, make sure you have plenty of space, no buildings near it if you need to move your buildings to the beaches or something else, because buildings and cliffs, for whatever reason, will impact the spawn of your rocks. But now that the rocks are there, I'm going to be able to rebuild this cliff like I had it. But let's just talk about the next step. So say you have way more mannequins than I do. I could easily just go and pick them up like this. You just use Y and you can get rid of them. But let's say you don't have as full of an island and you need to clean up your mannequins. All you have to do is go back to that design that we created earlier, and you're just going to change your design. So we're going to go in here. We'll select the coat again. I'm just going to put one little red dot here. That's all you have to do. Change one little thing. And I'm going to hit confirm. And all of a sudden, all of your mannequins are gone. Your island is free of all of the mannequins. You've got all of your rocks right here, looking beautiful, full functional rock garden. Okay. So next thing, you've got to decide, do you want to keep your rock garden functional where you can hit the rocks every day, gather your materials, or do you want to decorate all around it? You won't be able to access the rocks, but the aesthetic of the rock garden will be a little bit nicer. I think I'm probably going to decorate mine, so let me clean up and I will start decorating, and I'll come back and talk a little bit more. All right, here we are with my finished rock garden. I decided to just use a bunch of barrels. Please ignore all of those flowers on the beach. I need to clean those up. But this is what I have. Obviously, I will not be able to farm these rocks at all, but I'm perfectly fine with that. I have plenty of materials and I can always go to a mystery island. So yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys in creating your own rock gardens. Like I said earlier, I definitely recommend trying to wait until you're closer to being finished with your island. It just makes it so much easier. It's kind of a pain if you do it too soon and you've got to do a ton of mannequins and you're hunting all over for rocks. But hopefully you guys try it out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Remember that it can be kind of finicky. Make sure you have plenty of room to do this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.